All right. Okay, we're back for the community cast. My next guest, we have Dirk from Canoe.
Thank you.
Hi, Dirk.
Yep.
Thanks for
Okay.
joining us. You're a surprise guest for me. I just saw you this morning,
Yeah.
and I haven't talked to you in a while, so I thought we'd hear from Dirk a little bit about what he's doing here at AuraDev and share some of his experiences here. So, Dirk, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you to get started?
Oh, that caught me by surprise.
Oh, just a
So
couple
I'm
sentences about you. Who
I'm
are
Dirk,
you?
Dirk König from Canoe. I guess I'm mostly known for my work in Groovy. Wrote the Groovy in Action book,
Yeah.
which is kind of best-selling and
Famous.
famous. And so I'm still very much concerned with Groovy,
Uh-huh.
but also with a new language, Frege and Haskell for the JVM.
Okay.
And the third topic that I cover is Open Dolphin, which is a UI technology. That
Cool, yeah.
Also.
And I've been spending, actually, now that you mentioned it, so last week I was with Andres at
Very
Devox
good.
Morocco,
Yep.
and then we were briefly together for Devox Belgium, and now here I am with you at AuraDev. And next this weekend, I'm going to meet up with Hendrik in Iceland at the Iceland Jug.
Very good.
So I'm having a tour of all the canoe
Yeah,
folks.
Canoe is all over the place. Right?
Right. So that's been fun. So tell us a little bit about the talks that you're giving here. You have one today and one tomorrow, I think?
Yes, today I had a talk on introductory talk on Frege, Haskell for the JVM, and I was really flattered to have John Hughes, one of the founding fathers of Haskell, sitting in the crowd. So
Nice.
after I'm giving quite a lot of presentations, but every now and then I get nervous. So that was this morning
This one was a
experience
nervous
having him in the crowd.
presentation.
But
Oh,
he
yeah.
was very generous and said I did not overly misinterpret Haskell.
Cool.
So
That's
thank
always
you.
great feedback, encouraging. Yeah.
This is really awesome. So you meet really good people here at Eurodev. That's it's a really very very nice conference. Love it very much. The last time that I've been here was like I guess in 2007 or so, so
Right.
9 years ago.
So how have you
And I
found
like
it? What are the differences between the two?
It's a new location.
Yeah.
But the conference organizers are just so thoughtful and organize it so well. It's crazy. It's a very good experience. And what I also always like, even though it's very late in the year, and then in Scandinavia we have like short days,
Right.
but the indoor architecture is very special. And you immediately
Yes.
see that people in this part of this time of the year they spend a lot of time inside, so
Right.
they care about the inside architecture. I love it.
Right. It's very beautiful here, the venue, right? They've designed it with that in mind, right? To take advantage of any light that they do have at this
Yeah.
time of the year. It's coming in
Yeah,
through the
true.
top. And the brick, so I really enjoyed that. And then just the casual atmosphere of the folks hanging out here at the stage and the beanbags.
Yeah.
It's very informal.
Great beanbags.
Yeah, great beanbags we have out here with our audience. So, yeah, one other talk, right? You have another
Yes.
talk tomorrow. What's
Tomorrow
the other
afternoon. That's about going safely parallel with Frege. So we are using the Haskell type system and the language design of Haskell on the JVM for going safely parallel. So if you try to do stuff that you should not do, you cannot do it because it wouldn't compile. And that's the kind of the best thing to apply Frege to, which is we are using the Haskell language design, which is arguably the most advanced language design and type system that you can have.
Okay.
It's scientifically sound. It's based on mathematics. You know, it provides a level of robustness that is unparalleled.
Okay.
And we're using this on a platform which is unparalleled by its mastery of industrial engineering. You know, JVM is a masterpiece of industrial engineering, and we are combining the two and make that available and put it inside the Java ecosystem. Even better, right?
Yes.
Make it play together, so you can employ true parallelism and concurrency in a safe way. Safe means, for example, when you're doing software transactional memory, so you have like transactions that may roll back because of a conflict, then inside this transaction, you're not allowed to do any kind of side effect. You are not allowed to go to the database, for example, because you should only do this after you've finished your calculation, right? So and without any conflicts. So you have a piece of code which must not do any side effects, which in all other languages on the JVM beside Frege means You just have to adhere to this kind of convention, right? And if you do, you get no warning, not even a runtime error. But in Frege, if you try to do this, it will not even compile.
Okay.
You will not have any runtime errors because you cannot run it because it doesn't compile.
Okay.
That's the thing. And this is really big. It's a big thing for going safely parallel. And it's only possible if you have a language that doesn't allow you to just have a system out println anywhere in your code, because you cannot throw in the statement anywhere in your code in Frege because you don't have statements. There are no statements.
No
right?
statements. Got it. Okay.
And no control structures either. So there is no if or for or whatever. You're only, and that was the topic of this morning, you're only constructing your application from pure expressions.
Okay.
Right? And that is, that sounds crazy. So if you start thinking about next Monday, I not use any kind of statements or control structures in my code, how do I code at all? Right? And interesting thing is, it's possible. And not only is it possible, it is even practical. It leads to better results. That was kind of, we are trying to make this case. We are trying to make it a practical choice on the JVM to do this kind of programming if you want to. You may start out only for curiosity.
Right.
Is it even possible? And then you realize, hey, not only possible, it yields factual benefits, right? With hard facts, you can show measurements how much better that is. And that was topic of this morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, we bring this over to parallelism.
Okay. Well, that's what's really interesting about the Java ecosystem, right? Is there's always new things that you can try and expand. So that's always interesting to hear of things. I know this isn't quite new, but first time we've discussed it, and it's really interesting too about your company, right? So the consultants that you have, the employees that are there, you know, they seem to have quite a bit of freedom to explore these
right?
new things, right?
Yep.
So how do you find that? Is that part of your culture built in, or maybe share?
It is part of our culture. For me, luckily, it's part of my job. My job is so-called fellow,
Okay.
which means I call it the joker. You know?
You're a joke fellow, aka Joker.
Yeah, so it means I don't have to deliver any kind of money to the company directly.
Okay. How do you, that's quite a
So
position you have there.
it is totally on myself what I want to do.
Right.
But for my personal pride, I organize such that my billable hours make up for at least my salary. And for the remaining time, I go to conferences, talk to interesting people,
Yes.
and do publications and so on. And look into new technologies. And this is where this Haskell thing came from.
Right.
So
Cool. Well, thanks for sharing that with me and the audience, and telling us about your talks and how you're finding AuraDev and your passion for AuraDev.
it is.
And I look forward to visiting with you more over the next day and a half or so.
Always a pleasure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.